I'm going to show you how to make the free medical alert bag tag from Kreative Kiwi. For this I'm going to be using a 4x4 hoop, 2 layers of washaway stabiliser, some pins, some threads, one with matching bobbin, my squizzers, some masking tape, fabric and batting and clear vinyl cut to size, and I've also printed off the little contact ticket that's with it as well. Start off by hooping your 2 layers of washaway stabiliser, and then you're going to pin around the edge of the hoop. So take your pin, place it on top of the inner hoop, push it through the stabiliser and bring it back round again, and that will anchor your stabiliser in the hoop and stop it being dragged down. Load your file for the bag tag into your machine, along with your thread for the quilting of your fabric, and then you're going to stitch round number 1, and that's going to give you a placement outline for your batting. Place your batting over the outline and tape it in place. Pop your hoop into your machine and stitch round number 2 to secure it. Trim away your excess batting from around the stitch lines. Place your front fabric over the top of the batting and tape it in place. Pop your hoop into your machine, and then you're going to stitch round number 3. Make sure you've got your thread for your quilting loaded into your machine. Load your thread colour for the medical alert wording into your machine, and then you're going to stitch round number 4. Load your red thread for the medical alert symbol into your machine, and then you're going to stitch round number 5. Change your thread colour to white for the satin stitching around the symbol's edge, and then stitch round number 6. Add your backing fabric, so turn your hoop over, place your fabric over the outlines and tape it in place. Load your matching bobbin and thread for the satin stitch border around your tag into your machine, and then you're going to stitch round number 7, and that's going to secure the backing. Trim up the excess fabric from both back and front of your hoop, so turn your hoop over. You're also going to trim out the eyelet here. Take a stitch unpicker and just slip it underneath the fabric. You don't want to cut the stabiliser underneath. Then slip your scissors in and just trim round. And now we're going to do the same on the front. And again for the eyelet, this time you're going to be trimming out the batting as well as the fabric. Make sure that you don't cut the stabiliser underneath though. I'm going to stitch round number 8, and that's going to zigzag all the raw edges of both pieces. Making sure that you've got your matching bobbin and thread loaded into your machine, you're now going to stitch round number 9, and that's going to do the satin stitching. Next we're going to create the little label pocket on the back. So turn your hoop over, take your 2 pieces of clear vinyl. You want to make sure that they're cut dead straight. I cut mine with a rotary cutter, and then you're going to line both of them up and butt them up to each other where this marker is. And then you're going to tape it in place. Now you want to keep your tape out of the way of this part here. So I'm just going to trim this back a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of extra tape on the ends here. Then you're going to pop your hoop into your machine and stitch round number 10, and that's going to secure your vinyl and create the pocket, and it's also going to do the top stitching on your tag. You can now trim up the excess vinyl from around your pocket here. Don't trim too close to the stitch line though, because you don't want it all coming undone. We're now going to free this from the hoop. So again, working from the back of the hoop, trim around the edge of the stitching, taking care not to cut it, of course. I'm just going to trim out from the eyelet as well. You'll have the plastic to cut through here as well, from the vinyl, sorry. And that's both your tag pieces stitched. We're now going to add some cam snaps to the loop. I've got my cam snaps, and there's 2 parts to each side. There's the button and the female, and then there's another button that the male will attach to. And on your loop you've got 2 stitched circles, and we're going to pierce them with an awl right in the middle, and that's where the spike of our button is going to fit through. So take it all, and taking great care not to stab your fingers, push it through the centre of the circle, and do the same on the other side. So take your first one and push it through from the front, and then put the female on the back, take your setting tool, put the button in the black cup and the male or female in the clear one here, and then squeeze, and that's now set the snap. So now we're going to do the other side. This time, because we want this to wrap round and over, we're going to put the button through the back with the male on the front, and then squeeze. And that's our loop finished. So I can now set this aside. We're now going to dissolve the excess stabiliser from around the edge. So take a cotton bud and some warm water, dip your bud in and just wipe it round the edge. We just need to pop our little label in the back. Push our loop through and do it up. And that's ready to hang on your bag or your keys. I hope you enjoyed this stitch along. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified of new videos as soon as they're published. Do pop along to Kreative Kiwi's Facebook group. There's lots of ideas, help and inspiration there for everybody. And thank you very much for joining me. You'll find a link to this design in the video description below, along with lots of other information such as where I get my supplies from, and also some discount codes.